Hey everybody, welcome to another Muddy Reviews gear overview. Uh, we're staying in the frame of Australia, but as you can tell, this is not an Australian specific uniform. What this is a Crye Precision G2 Army Custom Field Shirt. So, Australia had been in the war in Afghanistan with us, the U.S., for a while, pretty much since the beginning. And eventually, they moved over to Multicam in their special operations community in particular, well before they made the switch to the Australian Multicam pattern AMP and AMCU. So as most people know who are in Australian gear and follow it, there was custom G3 uniforms that were made for the Aussies. They were called AusDev. Great uniforms, cool stuff. But it wasn't uncommon to see Army custom pieces, like original G2 pieces, floating around and within their units. You even saw stuff from True Spec and Proper. It was interesting. There's a True Spec tops floating around. They're Garrison tops or field shirts, and they have the epaulet tab in the center right here, just like you would see on their DPCUs, DPDUs, and the Land 125 uniforms. And you can even see those in some of these documentaries that are floating around. One of them is called like Australia's Longest War. Great documentary, or something to that effect. I'll actually, if I can find a copy of it on YouTube floating around, I'll link it in the description. And you can see the guys in that documentary when they're showing training clips. And there's another couple training videos or videos I've seen of like Australian Commandos going through selection, and I'll link those if I can find them too. And you can actually see those True Spec tops being worn by cadre, and we also see a lot of these. So, like I said, this is the Crye Gen 2 Army Custom Field Shirt. Not Australian specific. It's just a standard G2 field shirt. If you're not familiar with these are awesome field shirts. They got the Mandarin collar that you see on like the ACUs. It's just cut a little different. And then the overall cut of the uniform is just better. I love it. I love the pocket orientation, the pocket setup. You got this little tabby thing here. I believe it's for like pens or some shit. I never use it, but it's there. Chest pockets are Velcro. I like the way, the orientation, how they're set up, the way they're bellowed, the way they can expand. Really cool. On the Crye shirts, at the bottom, this taper also is just nice. No pockets at the bottom, so you can tuck it. It's slightly bigger in the back. Slightly goes down a little longer. I forget what that's called. The way that cuts, but it cuts down, and that so when you tuck, it stays like when you crouch, it'll stay tucked in, and you won't have your like ass popping out. That's why they do that. The arms on the G2 field shirts are pretty cool. Again, the pockets are your standard style with a large loot field. G3 is when they started doing the cut loot field to help with pocket flexibility and just to save. There's no need for that much Velcro. Velcro closure. The pockets are double walled. So you've got your main pocket here, and then you've got another pocket behind that pocket here. So you can separate items out as needed, like notebooks and shit. It's kind of cool. I actually like that pocket design. The elbow has a opening here and a pocket for soft shoulder pads or elbow pads, and then the cuff on the shirt is Velcro closure. It's a small Velcro closure, but simple to use. Back of the field shirt, nothing really to write home about. There's no gussets or any like tie down points or anything like that to make it like, you know, tie in closer to your body, or articulations in the back. It's just straight. So it's not like any, so they differ from the ACU tops in that respect, in regard. Now these are just standard Crye G2 Army Custom Field Pants. I like these a lot, actually. If I could find this exact cut of Crye Field Pant in NW Type 3 AOR2, man, I would fucking quietly buy them and start wearing them at work, because I love how these pants fit. I love the cut. I love the way the waist is cut. The pockets. I like the belt loops. I love everything about these pants. In reality, I actually really like these front pockets too. I usually use these to hold small items. I've put like tiny Ride in the Rain notebooks in there. Little shit like that. Nothing too crazy, because as other people who are way more experienced than me have pointed out, the more shit you put in your pants pockets, especially if it's important stuff, the likelihood of it getting fucked up is, because your pants are always in the lower part of your body, of course, because they're pants. And if you're like walking through water and muck and mud, anything really important in these lower extremities, especially anything from the knee down, is going to get fucked up. So it's kind of stupid to use pockets that are on these that you see here for anything important. Because you've got a small leg pocket down here, like you have on the ACUs, except it's gusseted and blown out more, so it can expand. The actual bottom of the leg cuff has these little tie downs, so you can set your shit up and tie it off as need be. It's really wide material instead of the really old thin shit that you see on like old BDUs. The pocket on the legs, the cargo thigh pocket, I really do like this too. It's a Velcro closure. Something they added later is like elastic retention inside here to help with like mitigation of movement of items. Like if you stick a magazine or water bottle in there, you can kind of keep it from moving around. That's cool on the G3s. I like that. Was one of the added additions I liked. But just the pocket in general, it's very big. It's very spacious. I mean, look at this. This thing really comes out and widens out. You can definitely utilize this pocket to hold some shit, and I like that. Way more than a standard BDU pant. Back pockets are Velcro closure, no flaps, just a little easy entry Velcro pocket there. And you've got your little multicam tag on there. Ooh. And then, quick way to know they're real, 90% of the time, you get a little rubberized Crye tag here. Some of the newer knockoffs are getting really, really good, and they're starting to put shit like that on there, but that's usually a good indicator. So the combat shirt is from Platatac. This is a cool ass shirt. So it's a pun, because that's called a cool. Never mind. Anyway, so this Platatac top is pretty great. This was the first time I'd ever seen a combat shirt with a multicam body. So at the time, all your Crye stuff, it's a single color material for the body of the shirt. Like the G2 combat shirts, it's more of a lighter tan material. G3s, it's a darker brownish material. But these were multicam jersey knit. So it's the first time I'd seen a combat shirt that was all multicam, and that was pretty rad. The material on the body is nice. It's very soft. It's like a jersey knit. So yeah, so this is the label for the Platatac. It's the CUTS Cool Under Tactical Shirt. Made in Australia. Platypus Outdoors. So this one's actually got NSN on it. It's made by Platatac. Feature of these is you've got this padded air mesh shoulder. I find this to be a little uncomfortable sometimes when I'm wearing it without, if I'm, the combat shirt itself, because sometimes it gets itchy for whatever reason, the way that I guess they sewed it down. It creates like an itchy spot, and I don't like that. So I will occasionally wear like a thin merino wool like t-shirt under this. I know that kind of defeats the purpose, but I said sometimes, not all the time. The neck is Mandarin. It's zip. It goes all the way up. 3/4. It's a quarter zip. Pockets are really cool on this. So it's got the older style, or it's got elbow pockets like the Crye had, so you can put Crye hard elbow pads in here. But the pockets itself, I really dig on these. So the pocket is, you got this large green Velcro loop field here. You have a smaller one for like put Australian IR flag on there. Velcro opening, opens up. You got a little tab piece here where you could sew directly a IR tab like the ACUs. Put that there, if you so desired. And then it's a pretty spacious pocket, but you don't have to even open your flap to get to it because it's got a side entry zipper here. So you can access it from the side. I like that. I think it's a pretty cool feature, and you see that now in some of the newer American stuff, but it took a while for it to kind of become a thing here. The shoulder pocket on the other side, no different, just open, got the same little tab, and then it's got the same zipper entry for the side. They didn't add like a pin pocket or anything. Other iterations I'd seen of these cool undershirts is on this right hand side or this left hand side pocket. There was like pin pockets inside of here. This one is just the pockets are identical. There's no different. So the back of the actual shirt, it's the ripstop material up on the just the upper shoulder, and not a whole lot, and then it's jersey knit all the way down. So they maximized how much of the shirt is this knit material versus ripstop. Same with the armpits. It's the jersey knit, not ripstop. And then the cuff, which is a small Velcro cuff. Pretty simple, pretty nice. And then, last but not least, a couple covers. So this is a pretty cool hat. This is a Rogue American Apparel hat. And they made these for a short period. They were the Australian specific like gunfighter hats. It's like a mesh trucker cap type. There's a little fuzz on there. On the back, so it's this coyote brown mesh all the way around. The very front has this multicam material, so kind of like a poplin. And then the bill's multicam, and then the flag that's on the hat that's stitched into the Velcro, which is pretty cool. A lot of their other hats of like American flags done the same way, is an Australian flag, and then you can put something over top of that if you so desired. And then the back is a Velcro adjuster, so you can adjust the fit of your hat as needed. They did not put their logoing on the back adjuster here. It doesn't say Rogue American like it does in a lot of their other hats. They made these briefly and then they stopped. I don't know why, but these are fucking cool. So I'm assuming these when they were selling them on their website, they may have been like some like overstock from a custom order, and then just sold what they had, and then that was it. And then if you notice, there's no button on top here, so you're not going to get like a fucking thing bashing into your fucking head if you wear a helmet over top of this or comms. Great hats, really cool. And then a nice boonie hat. So this is a Platatac GBH boonie hat. You've got these mesh vents hidden behind this little flap to help with heat mitigation, which I think is pretty awesome. The loopage around the whole hat is this solid multicam ripstop material, and it goes all the way around the entire brim, so you can tuck whatever you need in your foliage and all that shit. It's got a standard chin strap, and then in the back, it also has a adjuster to adjust onto your head. That is kind of cool. What I used to do, trick I had learned a long time ago, was you would cut a hole back here, and then you would route your chin strap through that hole, and then put one of these cord locks on your chin strap, and then do the same thing that this little elastic doodad's doing. Tightens it to your head, keeps it, adjusted, but then you lost the chin strap, so it was a trade-off. This one, you have both, so that's kind of cool. Flip her inside out so you can see it a little better. You've got that cloudy brown mesh going all the way around the entire hat. That's to help kind of vent out, because it's got the same vent on the side. You got the platypus logo here for the skull for Platatac. And then you've got your actual Platatac label here. It's GBH. This is a large, extra large. Tells you this is made of Multicam cotton. So that's kind of cool. It's like a cotton ripstop. And then just gives you your normal instructions on what to do and what not to do as far as cleaning. Great hat. It's also got a Velcro spot on the top for IFF. I have a little IR tab on there right now. Really nice Boonie hat. I love this thing. I kind of regret not grabbing one in DPCU when I had the chance. And I wish I could have got something like this, or if they made one in DPDU, because I think they made a couple in DPDU, like a limited run, and I regret not getting them, because the GBHs are fucking awesome. And the fact it's multicam, you could get this GBH and wear it with American stuff. So if you were serving now in the military, in the Army, you could probably grab one of these and use it in the field, because it looks the part. So that's all I got for you. That's a basic Multicam Australian uniform setup for the early adoption period when they went to Multicam. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it varied pretty widely. You saw all sorts of weird shit, but they the main thing they had was these fire-resistant custom G3s, and they were cool, but they had some issues in the beginning. So because of that, because of the issues they had in the beginning with the Crye contract, it was like sizing were off, material wasn't the best. They were having issues with the pants blowing out, weird shit like that. You saw a lot of interim solutions being fielded, so you had a lot of G2 shit floating around, and Platatac stuff, and cut stuff in the Crye cut, and there was a proper shit. There was a lot of weird stuff floating around in the beginning when it came to multicam. It was kind of like get what you can get. So later on, it pretty much almost all became the AusDev, and then the AMP, Australian Multicam pattern. Once the AMP kind of came along, a lot of this stuff started phasing out, and you started seeing it in small bits, but not that often. But there's a bunch of great photos floating around of, like, I believe even Ben Robert Smith has a picture of him wearing one of these G2 field shirts. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this video and you enjoyed it, because I like making it. If you have any questions about any of these items that I may not have covered, hit me up, let me know, and I will answer that question in the comment section. You guys take care. Get out there. Play some Airsoft. Dress like an Aussie. Be a nerd. Take care.